What's going on? Move the mouse back in City Skylines, the town of Plainville, season 11, episode number 14. As long as I didn't lose track on the last episode, which I thought was 13, so I'm pretty sure this one's 14. But if I was wrong on that one, I will also be wrong on this one. So what do we do in the last one? I don't know. I don't remember. You saw it. It's back. It's over there. What are we doing this time? That I do have an idea of. It is... There it is. We need to get 15,000 people moved in here. So we've got to get on top of our demands. We got to move some more residential neighborhoods in, and we've got to find some more jobs to support people at. So let's add a little bit over here, right? Get back above ground, please. Why did that zone like that? That's awful weird. Let's bring this one all kind of up there. Tuck it in behind up by the highway, right? Get a little extra zoning in there. We'll come out 1 on this one. Let's come out 2. And when I say 1, I mean 10. I mean 1 big line, right? Let's come out 2 big lines on that one. Let's slowly but surely introduce a little bit more industrial zoning over this way. Oh, before we let anybody move in, let's also make sure that our district is big enough to cover all that. Otherwise, we're going to have some filthy industry moving in next to our clean but noisy wood heights. So that's all covered there. We could get another row of farmland in here also, I believe. Let's do that. Let's do 1 more row of farmland. Straight tool. Can we go? You're not going to go where I want to snap, so I'm not even going to fight you today, game. All right? You win. Double check the district before we even paint it. Hit play. That's all covered. So now we can stamp down our industry. And we'll have some more farmland over here also. Right by the right above the train tracks, as it were. So that'll make this whole area a little bit busier. This is our problem right now, so maybe we bypass this. Right, put this on its own little street, its own little one-way connection. Try and offload some of that. We'll see if that works. Anyways, okay. That'll help flatten our demand a bit. Let's get this power connected just in case. Does this matter? Probably does. Oh, come on. I want to go there. And then I want to go there. Okay, 3 times speed. Where do we move our next pocket of res in? So this is a real awkward spot over here that does not have the best road access. So should this be one more pocket of high density? I think so. 1 more pocket. And then we'll be done with it. So let's connect this street in through here. Right, we won't go all the way to the highway, but we'll go pretty close. And then we'll connect a bunch of stuff in through here. So let's come off straight where we can. It doesn't have to be filled everywhere, but let's break this off. Crazy hills there. Okay, let's connect this down. A little off center, that's all right. And then let's see. If we come out like that, how that doesn't step on, that's perfect. Okay. We don't want to step on the other zones, and we don't want intersections that are too close together. So we'll skip that one. And let's connect that up. All right, it's a little sloppy. Let's water it. Man, even those pipes are sloppy. Can't see them though. Doesn't really matter. Large brush. Let's paint all that in. I think we'll come back down here with the key wall in a moment. Let's do that before we forget. So that is a lot of traffic getting handled off of this intersection. District-wise, let's just extend this because it's already high-rise banned for now. And while we're over here waiting for people to move in, let's break out our key walls. If you have trouble making these look natural, make the segments as long as you can, because it's going to round out a lot of the terrain for us. In fact, even when we go under bridges like this, right? And then if you get funny terrain like that, well, break out your terrain tool. Smoothing always works, and you can kind of shove it back down the side of the wall. All right, so that should move in a fair amount of people. Now we can maybe do wind farm over here, but now we can move in some more suburban, low density housing. Forgot to water over here. That's not good, especially for a zone that is incredibly dependent on water. Uses more of it than other zones, I think, right? Farming and forestry. Let's double check. Specializations. Forestry. Increased electricity consumption tax. Farming, considerably increased water consumption. So water is super important for your farms. Electricity, super important. What are you growing over here? Green trees wise, it needs lots of electricity, might I ask. I got an idea. I don't see anything suspicious, but it would probably be in one of those closed windowless warehouses that we can't see into. Never mind, I found the culprit. It's right here. Green leaves on the building. Dead giveaway. Little bits of demand. We might have snuck in some office along the access rail, but it might be a little too late for that now, huh? Let's do a sweep of our services. I think that's probably overdue. Electricity good. Water. Wow. Okay. Let's fix that now. Still producing a lot of sewage, but we've got a little bit more overhead on the water. We'll definitely have to come back to that one. Fire safety wise, we've got a neighborhood here, there. What's full? Cemetery. Little light on fire safety up here. Doesn't feel like it should be with that station right there, but what can you do? Maybe get one here on the end of... Let's do that. Where's fire? Fire is here. We'll do that. Because we're going to move people into this area also. So I think that only makes sense. Police, fire. We're pretty good there. We could probably use a prison at some point. Some garbage problems happening. Let's empty this in the meantime before I forget, because it takes forever. We've got 2 crematoriums, I think, supporting every cemetery. I like that wall. I like the way it kind of waves down a little bit and comes back up. Works. we'll probably see this a little bit more heavily hit than normal. This exit that built at the start of last episode, just because we zoned in all those people and they're all coming into the town for the first time as their house gets built up. I don't know if we'll hit that number today, but I think with what we build out, we will hit it for sure. I'm going to come off once here. Let's do that. Let's come off this main road twice. Once here right in the middle. We'll come out to about there. And then once off of here. Now the thing to watch out for, and let's take a look, is if we go into info views and all the way down to the bottom of noise, we don't want to get too close. If we stay out of the trees, we're pretty good there. So let's do freeform. I think we're good there. We'll come out one less, just to stagger these neighborhoods a little bit. Keep them away from the noise. That one's very close. We'll delete that last segment. That should be okay. All right, we got some funky neighborhoods that kind of tie into the woods there, not too far. Otherwise, they would be complaining about the noise. We'll put them right on the back of that low density commercial, however. That is not the best place. That's not the worst place. But they might complain a little bit right there. The ones that are right up next to the other businesses and stuff like that. But we can paint all the rest of that in. Let's go in with the selection tool and just clean up a little bit here and there. Whoop. Like, we don't need that or that. And let's separate that, I guess. We'll just build some smaller houses in here. Okay. Water. And I think, honestly, at this point, I think between that high density and what we did with this lower density residential area, I think we got some sloppy pipes too. Let's connect this just in case somebody moves in there. What else do we have? Sloppy pipes and enough residential zoning that should get us to that 80,000 mark. Top tier. Again, the jobs though. So why don't we do offices? Where do we do offices? Office park right through here. We're going to still figure out a highway exit that comes over this way. But let's get some office space in here because we do have well-educated citizens. That is not a problem that we have to deal with. That did create a traffic light. We're gonna have a little bit of commercial demand. I think we can cram just enough up by the train tracks over here. Let's see. Didn't mean to do that last little part there. That little guy, don't worry about that little guy. So let's see what that does to our zoning. I feel it's always the last milestone feels so slow because you're unlocking so little. Technically, you're unlocking like 3 things: a tile, monuments, something. Oh, an international airport. But really, there's a lot of stuff going on in those unlocks. So we've got to make that grind. We got to keep up on our services and stuff. And I was going through checking out stuff like this. How's our healthcare over here? Pretty non-existent. Where's our nearest hospital? Down there. Let's do a hospital. Can we do one right here? That'd be great. Hospital right there. Death care wise, let's get something over here because there's gonna be a lot of people living over here. Eats up a lot of space, but it's worth it. We'll do that. Childcare. We've got a childcare service right there. It's not terrible. And then we must have elder care right next to it. Yes, we do. So that area is pretty good. If we head over to schooling, though, we're definitely in the yellow. Let's do a couple schools. So we'll do one over this way in our new neighborhood. Let's do that. And then let's get at least one more over here, kind of central. This is a nice little central spot. And then high school wise, we're also in the yellow. Let's do that up on the main. Will that get people? It won't really. We'll just do a second one over here. It's fine. There we go. We can plan them out a little bit better later on. Don't worry about it for now. We are at the point where we could consider a second university. People are going to stop being able to attend due to capacity issues. So we don't want that to be the problem or the reason why. So how about right over here? What does this have? Does this have no effect? Right, this doesn't have a noise bubble that I have to be concerned with. Let's throw it right here. Should be close enough. Not at all its own campus. Not that this was much of a campus, but it's better than nothing. We'll find a spot for that in the final build. Coming back through, unemployment 5%, not terrible. Happiness wise, land value wise, it's pretty good where people live. It's not terrible. It's in the middle everywhere else. And then it's awful in our 2 patches of industry. But that is exactly what we expect. Not enough goods. You'll get goods. Oh, not enough buyers for products. So we need more commercial, which we're just starting to get a little bit of a demand for. Imports, exports. We got a lot of export. A lot of export happening over here. Not too much import happening, which is good. That's reducing trucks. The fact that all this export's happening, hopefully it's happening on the trains to the shipping. That would be awesome. Where are we at? 76%. We're not really making any improvements. We're stagnant in a couple key spots of our town. And one of the things we'll do before the end of the series is kind of look at how we can stack things up from a transit level using all the base game stuff before we introduce any of the mass transit. So we're definitely going to want to overhaul a mass transit 2.0 on one of these one of these upcoming episodes. So we got pollution very close to the water, but not into the water, which is good because we're picking it up right there, and then throwing it out just downstream. This gets very close as well. But we've got a decent pollution footprint in the water. Considering we have 0 drinking water pollution. No, that's good. There we go. Is that 3 on fire? We got this, right? So he just turned out and went left. Oh, because that's a one-way that's sitting on. Oosh. Come on. I think they got this. I mean, there's still one on fire, guys. As you're driving away, I want you to I hope someone looked in the rearview mirror there. That is a charred marshmallow before they even started. Did they get there in time? They did. Good job. High five, fellas. Oof. All right. What else is happening in our city? Little problems here or there, a little death wave, couple bodies, big deal. It's fine. Where is that cemetery that's being emptied? How is this thing? How close is it? What are they at? Deceased stored 870 of 3,000. We'll turn it back on for now. Go pick up those bodies. Fill them back up. Commercial. Need more commercial zoning. It's crazy. We could fill in this strip. It doesn't look like we've done up here, and it would totally make sense to have a little strip of commercial right there on the other side of the street. And I think we could do it over here. This area has changed a little bit. Certainly, if we're going to get to 80,000, we may have to zone a few things that we weren't expecting to zone. We can always back it down later. I felt in my brain this 2-lane highway was going to be a lot less dense and not populated with stuff like police stations. When we back down the population a bit, we can get these out of here, move them off to the side streets, make it look a little bit more like the vision I had in my mind, which in some ways was just as sloppy, but what can you do? Build the best you can. Have fun with it. That's what's most important. Hopefully you're doing that here watching these videos. I hope you're enjoying yourself. And if you are, likes always help. They're greatly appreciated. Subscribe if you're new. Hit the bell to get notifications for updates in this and other series. Check out the links in the description for ways to support the channel and lots of other stuff. But until the next one, check back for new videos Mondays, Wednesdays, Fridays, usually. Until then, though, whenever that next one is, this is Move the Mouse, signing off.